Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Folks, have you ever heard the phrase, "It sounds good"? In theory, it sounds good, but in execution, how is it going to pan out? Lin Dunn went on the Locked On Basketball podcast and spoke about some of the things that free agents desire when choosing their team. Playing for a winning team. Playing for an organization that has a vision of them winning in the future. Playing for a team that year after year after year is improving. But of course, Locked On Basketball, I can't ask for everything, can I? Of course, we didn't push the Christie sides questions. I guess we tabled those. We didn't press hard about the coaching. I guess we tabled those. We didn't press hard about the lack of three-point shooting, knowing Caitlin Clark's coming to town. I guess we tabled those. But in a 37-minute interview, there were some things to take away. What I want to talk about is this clip right here. Let's take a listen.
Well, I think that's the bottom line. Players want to win. Players want to play for a championship. Players want to be in the playoffs. And so when you're going out in free agency, you have to sell these players on, if you come here, here's what's going to happen. We're not only going to get better, we're not only going to compete, we're going to be in the playoffs. We're going to be 6, 7, 8. Next year, we're going to be 4, 5, and 6. And then the next thing we're doing is we're challenging for championships. And so you have to sell these players on this plan. And you have to have the resources, you have to have the facilities, you have to have the support. Your ownership has to be all in. And I think we're right in line with all the teams that are winning championships with what we can do for our players. We just have to have the opportunity to show them this is what we're doing and this is how we're doing it. And so it's an exciting time. Do you want to play with Aaliyah Boston? Do you want to play with Caitlin Clark? And let's be honest, Howard, the performance that she put on at the All-Star game versus our Olympic team, didn't that send a message how skilled and how talented and how tough she is? My goodness gracious. Not only is she out there on the court as a rookie, but she's playing against our Olympic team, the best in the world. And what does she have? 10 assists? And trust me, they're not allowing those assists if they can.
Damn right they weren't allowing those assists. Folks, you're going to have to pry Caitlin Clark from Lin Dunn's dead body. Now, my previous video on Lin Dunn, some people mistake it as in, I think Caitlin Clark is going to walk away. Well, when she's a free agent, she could walk away. But when I was talking about Lin Dunn and Christie sides coming out of the WNBA All-Star game with Sophie Cunningham talking to Caitlin Clark, with Natasha Cloud talking to Caitlin Clark, with Matt Ishbia saying glowing things about Caitlin Clark, what I was saying is that, hey, Christie sides, Lin Dunn, Caitlin Clark is seeing how other organizations run and how other coaches are doing things. She's not going to want to be coached by Christie sides that much longer. She's not going to want to have her team be put together by Lin Dunn for that much longer. So that was more of a warning of, you guys need to get it together before Herb Simon says, you two need to go. What Lin Dunn says here sounds good. In theory, it sounds good. She says they're up to par with their facilities. Nice. Up to par with their amenities. Cool. What aren't you guys up to par with when it comes to the other winning teams? The New York Liberties of the world. The Las Vegas Aces of the world. What aren't you guys up to par with? Your coach. And that's why these people who interview Lin Dunn need to press the Christie sides issue. We can't continue to have Lin Dunn on here and table all the Christie sides questions. Hey, Lin. Is Christie the one to take this team into the future? She can bold-faced lie and say, yes, I think. Let's ask the question. Hey, Lin, have you seen a difference in Christie side's coaching approach between the first half of the season and the second half leading into the All-Star break? Oh, well, yeah, I have. Me. Hey, Lin, how do you feel about the roster currently constructed? What more do you think you need from a player personnel perspective? Some of these questions are just so, and I get it. I get it. You're thankful for the opportunity to interview Lin Dunn. You're appreciative of the opportunity. Don't come outright and start bashing her program, start bashing her team, start bashing her coach, start bashing her players. But when we're going out and interviewing, right, that's when we take off our YouTuber cap and we put on our interviewer cap, right? Oh, Lin, what's your favorite color? Oh, Lin, whoa, what's your favorite color? No, can we ask some real questions that give us some real substance? Can we ask some questions that can actually get us to the bottom of some real questions? Lin Dunn can lie to us all she wants to, but where's the challenging within the media? Why can't we challenge any of these people? I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. We're calling a spade a spade. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Lin Dunn saying that the Indiana Fever are preparing to win now. They might be 6, 7, and 8 this year, but within the next 2 years, they're expecting to be competing for a championship title. And if in the next 2 years, we're expecting to compete with other winning programs for a championship title, then how are you going to sell me and the rest of the fans that Christie Sides is the leader to push that group forward? Because everything that we've seen in the 26 games this year, Christie is more of a handicap. Shout out to Convos with Carter. Christie Sides is more harmful than helpful. You guys let me know what you think in the comment section below. We need to start asking the tough questions here, folks. Lin Dunn, come on the Ben Daniel Podcast. I will ask the real questions. I will ask the tough questions. And if you want to say, you know what, I won't answer it, more power to you. If you want to say, you know what, I don't want to talk about it, more power to you. But I want everybody to let Lin Dunn know, hey, Lin, the Ben Daniel Podcast, one of your biggest critics, he said some favorable words about you lately. However, he still has some questions. So he is extending his hand. Hey, Lin, come jump on the podcast. I'm not going to be mean. I'm not going to be rude. But I will ask the questions the fans want to hear. I'm not going to play this politic bullshit game. I will call a spade, because that's what the fuck we do here. It's the Ben Daniel Podcast. Take it easy. Appreciate all the support. Have a good one.